Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope the week's off to a good start for you. I was up early this morning. I've been meditating in the morning for the past week or so, and I'm really enjoying that. So I got an early jump on the day today. I just want to talk today about my top five foods on this raw food vegan lifestyle. I do videos every day. So if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you would take the time and hit that subscribe button now. And then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you will stay subscribed to the channel. Yeah. I tell you what, now as I'm doing this list of my top five, it's not the only five. There's people out there that are so literal. So let me qualify things as I tend to do. I did some video recently and somebody says, well, you can't just live just eating that. And I'm like, well, no shit, Sherlock. Of course I can't. I'm just talking in generalities. These are kind of my five favorites. These are the five that I could make a base out of. And also, some of these items I'm talking about when I get back to the tropics, ideally, because obviously I'm not getting them here. But I kind of consider this, I'm just kind of on hold here. You know, my body's just kind of in a state of limbo because just not getting the things that it needs to on this lifestyle. But I'm hanging in there. And come February, I will be back to the tropics, at least for 3 months. Charging up on the vitamin D and all the good tropical fruit down there, and yeah, I will get back to thriving, Jack 2.0. So anyhow, I'm just going to kind of go down these in no particular order. Of course, bananas has to be on that list. I think that's what it was. I think last week I said something in some video about that being the base or the staple or kind of the foundation of my diet, and somebody's like, well, you can't just live on bananas, and I'm like, duh, listen a little bit closer. But bananas are definitely, even when I'm in the tropics, I would say ever since I've been doing this lifestyle for 5.5 years, I have got a good majority of my calories during the day through bananas. I would say whether I'm in the tropics or whether I'm here in Alabama, that I'm pretty much always getting over 50% of my calories from bananas, and probably while I'm here in the States, it could be a little bit higher. And you know what? Sometimes people are like, even though it is more of a common fruit, it's not so exotic. People just forget. Some of us just really, really like bananas. It's not this drudgery of, I'm going to eat bananas again. Every once in a while, I make nice cream and I do smoothies most of the times, but sometimes I'm just like, just need to eat some bananas. And when I just eat the bananas, I realize how good of a food it is. You know, it's not the fancy fruit. It's not the sexy fruit. You can get it everywhere. So the banana seems to get dissed a little bit, but definitely got to have those bananas in my diet. For sure. I can do without them for a while, but if I knew I was not going to have mangoes in my life, I would be a very depressed raw vegan on this raw food diet, man. My life just ain't the same when I don't have mangoes. I mean, if you're not a mango fan, or if you've never really had unlimited access to mango, you might not get it. If you haven't gotten really good mangoes before, you might not get it. And some people just don't like mangoes. But for me, mangoes, they're just a great fruit. I mean, you know, that high water content, high in vitamin C, high in everything. And just, to me, that's my ultimate fruit. You know, everybody talks about their durian and these fruits. And once again, I've said this before, I think sometimes people just get caught up. The more exotic it is, the harder it is to find. People go, ooh and ah. I remember when I was in Costa Rica and I would show dragon fruit in photos or in the occasional fruit haul video. And everybody's, oh my God, I had all this beautiful fruit. And people would just single out the dragon fruit. Oh my God, I wish I could get dragon fruit. How much is it? And I'm like, really? You get that excited over dragon fruit? Let me tell you, yellow, red, whichever ones it is, and I know I can't have had just mediocre ones across the board. It's a rather bland fruit. I'm sorry, don't want to burst your bubble. It's pretty, it's exotic, it looks great in smoothies, it gives you an explosive color, but is bland. It's not bad. I don't say, oh God, I hate dragon fruit, but it just doesn't have a lot of taste to it. So yeah, mango for me, I'll take any day of the week. And I know it's harder to get durian. I will trade you, if I've got durian, I would trade all day long for mango. I'd trade any of it, even the jackfruit. To be honest with you, jackfruit doesn't do a whole lot for me the times that I've eaten it. I'll still try it again. I'd like to, maybe, you know, jackfruit is just going to take a while. And I don't dislike jackfruit either, but mango, 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 mango is what makes my heart sing. Number 3 is more of a group than one specific food. And number 3, I would say, is the greens. And most specifically, the leafy greens, the spinach, the kale, the lettuce, and I'm even throwing in my wheatgrass now that I'm growing that. And boy, that is looking so good. It's about this tall now. I'm just waiting for the grass to split. You actually juice it when it splits a little bit. So I'm waiting on that. But the greens, got to have those greens in my life. I know some people out there that are hardcore preaching the fruitarian law. That's all they need is fruit. Well, you go ahead on, brother. Like I say, this is not the top 5 list of what everybody needs to be eating or what I think everybody has to have. This is just me. This is just kind of my top 5 list. So listen, I don't get not doing greens on this lifestyle. You're never, and I don't need somebody to write under there in the comments some lengthy explanation. If you know me on social media, I don't need you giving me some explanation because maybe I'm being ignorant, but you're not going to change my mind on that. I'm about my greens, and I'm going to continue to be about my greens. Got to get those minerals, and that's the main reason I'm doing this wheatgrass juice, is because I don't know where all this other stuff is coming from. You know, my spinach and my kale and what have you, what kind of soil it's grown in. I have pretty decent topsoil that I'm using for this, so I feel like I'm getting a good burst of minerals and vitamins and amino acids with this wheatgrass juice. So yeah, I would definitely have to have the greens wherever I go. That's one of the first things I look for too, is a source of good greens. Number 4 would be orange juice, and I'm missing that here. One reason I really like the orange juice and like to have regular access to oranges in general is because I'm still back and forth if we're really absorbing the calcium in the greens. In fact, I think it's wishful thinking in us vegans' mind and us raw vegans' mind. I'm really starting to lean that we're just not absorbing very much of the calcium that we're getting from the greens from everything I read. And I can't get into the whole scientific explanation. There's somebody that can geek out on that out there. I just like to get the big picture. I'll read a bunch of different things, and I understand the concept. I understand what they're talking about, and I can't come back and go in, okay, this scientific term is blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I don't necessarily think we are absorbing like that much calcium through there. So I like to have that orange juice. I like to have oranges. They're a real good source of calcium. And plus just the vitamin C, just orange juice is just good. I love orange juice. It's another one of those things, being up here when I had regular access to it all the time. And if you go back in some of my videos a couple of years ago when I was living at the beach, and even when I was living in the mountains in Costa Rica, I would go to my market and I could get fresh orange juice all the time, anytime, all the time. So I really miss that. Nothing. I was just thinking last night, like, God, I'd give almost anything for 32 ounces of fresh, cold orange juice in the morning. But soon come when we get back to Costa Rica in February. I'm gonna probably, I was fantasizing this morning, we can combine two on here. I was thinking when I get back to Costa Rica, there's gonna be a period where it's just gonna probably be orange juice and mangoes. Oh my God, that's such a good mix, frozen mango with orange juice, just eating mangoes, drinking orange juice. So, hey, maybe somebody will want to join me for that. We'll do a mango and orange juice cleanse. I'll do a cleanse like that. I'll be all over a cleanse like that. And number 5, and like I say, there's some other things I'll have to throw in there. Number 5 would have to be the mamey sapote. It's a creamy, thick, rich tropical fruit. The fat content is a little bit higher than the other fruits. I mean, nowhere near a avocado or anything, but it's just such a creamy, perfect fruit. It tastes so good. It's so good for you. I wish I had been able to take better notes when Don Bennett spoke at the Woodstock Fruit Festival, and I wanted to see his whole why on that. Like, he actually recommended mamey sapote as possibly being the most perfect tropical fruit there is out there. Now, like I said, I don't know if it's the greatest thing on the planet or whatever, but I'll tell you something. If you ever get a really good mamey sapote like we were getting at Woodstock, oh my God, I remember a couple of meals just mono mealing mamey sapote. That was just, there's no way to describe that experience. Maybe I have the same experience on mamey that others describe on durian, so fair enough. Now for honorable mention, I got to at least throw in one. There's probably a lot, and like I say, when I get back to the tropics, there's a lot of things that I want, a lot of things that I'm looking forward to. Pineapple, papaya, passion fruit, just to name a few. Bariba. I'm hoping to get down south and get some chocolate sapotes. But I'd have to say, as an honorable mention out of the top 5, and probably it might even should have been number 5 instead of mamey sapote, would be the avocado for some good healthy fat. And also too, just for the deliciousness, is that a word, of the avocado. I had an avocado, when did I make that soup? I made a soup on Friday night, and I cut this avocado, and you've probably had this experience before. This avocado was so perfect. I mean, not one brown spot, not one flaw. Those are the ones where I was making a recipe, but I'm like, damn, I don't want to put this in a recipe. I just want to take this spoon and eat it. And I did take one little bite of it, and I'm like, oh my God, this is just smooth, creamy, just like butter. So yeah, we'd have to have avocado on there. So those are just some of the things, and those are the things that I get when I'm at home, where I'm designed to be eating this stuff. Like I say, I'm just kind of in transition here. My body's okay. But it's not on that tropical mode. So anyhow, those are my top 5. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Love you guys. Peace.